Alright, so making some progress. I went ahead and drove right past the fast travel point where the Krogan colony is, as we make our way towards this area to see if we can find a lead in regards to what happened to the Turian orc. Now, what's that, you may ask? That is something under the sand of the desert. And we're not really going to have that much of an effect on it.
Oh, shit.
Stasis pods from Ark Natanus.
Don't worry, it shouldn't be
It's difficult
dangerous
to
to us.
obtain a clear reading on all pods at once. We should investigate.
How long have we been driving around? Feels like hours. You sure you're going the right way?
What? You're expecting signs or something?
No life forms detected, Pathfinder.
They're all dead.
Sam, we should have Mason's genetic profile in the initiative database. Let's check it against the pods.
A lot of dead Turians, but hopefully this can lead us to wherever the Ark is.
Too many variations in the genome. Perhaps a distant cousin.
Help me get it open.
Pathfinder, the body has no vitals.
Sam, check the pod's history.
According to the final log, this stasis pod was jettisoned from Ark Natanus.
Maybe when it hit the Scourge.
The timeline doesn't match. This pod was ejected long after Natanus was reported missing.
We assumed the Ark was destroyed, but maybe it's intact. The crew could still be alive.
And dumping colonists in stasis? That's worse.
We should finish checking the pods for Mason, then report back to Avitus.
Turian, but not their Pathfinder.
Alright, so now we have to go back to the Tempest.
Pathfinder.
Hopefully that means he's still alive.
Welcome back. Pathfinder, the trap you set in the cargo bay, we got Blip. I think something's in there.
I'll check in a moment.
Ryder, I was just about to call you.
Everything all right?
I've got numbers, coordinates, flashing in my head. I think it's an SOS from Mason.
It could be coming from your SAM implant.
He's sending me his location.
We did find evidence that Natanus may be intact.
What evidence?
A bunch of stasis pods were jettisoned from the Ark. No survivors. But the logs show it happened long after Natanus hit the Scourge.
Someone's still flying the damn thing.
Or keeping it afloat, at least.
Here are the coordinates for my implant. Meet me there. We'll find answers.
Alright. Let's go check the trap. And then we'll go meet Avitus.
So the Turians kick out the genophage, basically destroy our people, and they get a pat on the back and a seat on the council. And what do I get? A medal.
A medal? From who?
My buddy made one out of a piece of scrap and pinned it to my chest. Still got it somewhere.
Hi there. You must be the one eating all our cereal. Hey, it's okay. No one's going to eat you. You're the most adorable critter I've met in Andromeda so far. I should find you somewhere safer than our cargo bay. How about a nice warm cage in my quarters and all the cereal you can eat? Guess everybody around here needs a home.
The space hamster has returned! Alright, now let's see, where is this nav point? Aha! In the same system where the Turian Golden World was supposed to be.
Approaching the nav point provided by Avitus.
There it is. The Turian Ark.
That's the Turian Ark. It's seen better days.
Incoming call.
Pathfinder, I think we're on the right track.
No kidding. Is it safe to board?
Only one way to find out. I'll meet you inside.
Tempest sensors show severe damage to all sections of the Turian Ark from exposure to the Scourge. Due to hull instability, moving the Natanus would be ill-advised, but it should be safe for a recovery team to extract the remaining stasis pods. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and swap out Drac for Cora. But we're going to keep Vetra. I mean, this is the Turian Ark. We should bring our Turian friend.
Limited power, life support's busted, surprised there's any gravity at all.
This can't be easy to see.
I'm not really a feelings type of guy, Ryder.
Even so.
Let's just find Mason. HO47C. It was supposed to be the Turian homeworld in Helios.
Like Habitat 7.
Whoever was piloting the Ark wanted to get here, no matter the cost.
Even if that meant jettisoning entire sections of the Ark.
It doesn't make sense. Come on. Speculating won't get us anywhere.
We're lucky this part of the Ark survived.
Looks can be deceiving, Pathfinder. The hull is barely holding together.
Thanks, Sam. Always a ray of sunshine.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Locked. Needs power to open.
Something's gotta still be online in this wreck.
But our new home's going to put Palaven to shame, Mason. What'd I tell you about sending me science crap unless it's got charts and pictures? It's all gibberish to me. You and Rick's up for drinks after the goodbye party? I've got a special bottle of Horosk I don't want anyone sampling. Now with more charts and pictures. As for drinks, we'll be there. You know how much Abby loves his Horosk, Mason. Avidus must have been Abby.
Hey, this door's still got power.
I wouldn't open that, Pathfinder. It leads to space. Perhaps you could divert the power to a different door. Power has been diverted, Pathfinder.
Just received confirmation with the exception of the leadership and life support teams. All passengers have entered cryostasis and are sleeping soundly. Jacana is on her way up to you now to oversee the closure of your pods. If you haven't changed into your uniforms, do so now so that we hit our departure time. Once everyone is asleep, I will do one final round and then join you in the abyss. Rix. No one tried to jump ship? Don't know if I'm impressed or nervous everyone's that confident in the mission. Don't stay up too late, Rix, or you'll be an old man by the time we reach Helios. Abby, Jacana said it was fine if you oversaw my pod closure. I know I said I wouldn't go against procedure, but I want your face to be the last thing I see in the Milky Way. You can scold me while I enter cryo. See you soon, Mason.
This one's still got juice.
Looks pretty busted. Think your Sam can get us in?
Only one way to find out.
I found a log from Dea Praeton, the Ark's captain. The video is corrupt, but I can recover the audio.
Play it.
Something's tearing the Tannis apart. Half the cryo chamber is gone, trying to get anyone awake to the escape pods. Spirits, there's no time. Find Mason.
Dea was abandoning ship.
She wouldn't leave unless the situation was dire. Natanis didn't get here on its own. We need to know what happened next.
The rest of the data on this console is corrupt. Perhaps if we find another. Or the Ark's SAM node.
Alright, let's keep looking. Well, we're not going that way. This one also needs power.
Maybe we can use the same trick as last time? Divert power from something else?
The door should now be operational, Pathfinder.
Avidus, over here.
There's still life in this one.
Sam, how are we doing?
Mason, bring it back.
Sam, help me out.
Like the previous log, the video data is corrupt.
What about audio?
Repairing now. 1 moment, please.
We're going to find him, Avidus.
Mason, he's more than the Pathfinder to me.
Playing audio now.
Sam, how far to Abby's pod?
300 meters.
An easy stroll then. Damn it! Maybe not so easy.
Where's the rest of it?
That is all I could recover.
Damn it.
He was looking for your pod. Do you remember anything before waking up on Havarl?
I told you. My first memory was clawing out of my stasis pod.
Then we keep looking.
That door leads to the SAM node. We've got to get in there.
The SAM node should now be accessible.
Sam, where's the Pathfinder? Where's Mason?
Avi. Commence. Stars.
Avi. Isn't that what Mason called you?
He's the only one who calls me that.
My counterpart is suffering from severe trauma. If I partition the damage, it may be able to speak with us.
Be careful. I don't want to lose this Sam because we rushed for answers.
Avitus Riggs. Welcome home.
Sam, Mason sent coordinates to this location. I need to find him.
You are mistaken. I sent the coordinates.
What do you mean you sent the coordinates?
The Pathfinder ordered me to help Avitus find a home for the Turians. I located our destination, HO47C, then sought out Avitus.
Why would Mason do that?
It was his last request.
This thing's still busted. It doesn't know what it's talking about.
We should have access to Mason's logs. Maybe there's something in there.
Abby, whatever we hit, a piece of it shredded my suit. Stings like hell, but spirits, it's beautiful. I need you to go on for the both of us. Don't let that temper get the better of you. Sam, commence transfer.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Even the stars look brighter.
He died before the transfer was complete. That must be the source of Sam's trauma.
Why bring me here? What was the point?
To complete the transfer, the Turians need a Pathfinder.
I can't. What do you mean you can't?
I never thought I'd get the job. My whole career, I worked alone. I don't know how to lead people. I don't want to lead people.
So let me talk about this for a moment, because this is the choice that I have seen people make a certain choice here, and it ends up being what I consider to be the wrong choice. So I find that a lot of people have this tendency that they don't want to push other people into making a decision or to doing something that they don't want to do. And because of that, a lot of people tend to make the choice, it's your call, rather than push him to go ahead and do this. And he caves. If you say to him, it's your call, he goes, forget this, I don't want this. Because he can't deal with the fact that Mason is dead. He is so in denial about it, it just wrecks him. To the point where he is just so reluctant to even take up his position because he doesn't want to believe he's gone, that he leaves, doesn't become the Pathfinder, and basically becomes a drunk. Because of how depressed he is. And it's the reasoning I've seen people make that choice is because they don't feel like they can go ahead and push somebody into doing something, which I understand some people do feel that way. But there are times where you do need to give someone a push into something because they need it. Because they may not think that they either can or want to, but the reality is we can see that they actually are, like, right for it, that they can do it. They just need a push into that position or into believing it. In this case, Avidus needs a push from us to remind him that Mason believed in him enough that he could be the Pathfinder in his place for the Turian people. And that's what he has been doing since we found him. He has been leading them, helping them survive, while also looking for Mason, but he has also been that leader for them. Remember, I told you guys, this guy was also mentored by Saren. Let's just say, well, I know Saren may not be the best example, but regardless of the things about Saren, obviously there had to have been a point in time where the council would have looked at him and been like, yeah, he can be someone who can get the job done. And whether or not that translates well to a leader for the people like a Pathfinder, well, you could probably make a case in terms of comparing the Pathfinders to the Spectres, but yeah. In order to get Avidus to actually be the Pathfinder, you gotta make sure you do the choice, yes you can. Push him into doing this. It pays off. He doesn't realize it, but it's gonna pay off.
Avidus, I've seen you protect settlers. You found the Turian Ark. You've already been playing the part of Pathfinder. Just without the title.
A title that belongs to Mason.
Which he wanted you to have. Rejecting it won't bring him back.
What if I let him down?
You could only do that by walking away.
Ah, damn it, you're right.
Shall I begin transfer?
It'll be safer on the Nexus. Suvi, call Tan. We need a shuttle to pick up the SAM node. Tell him we found the Turian Pathfinder.
Two arcs down. One to go.
All systems green.
Now, let's head back to the Nexus and check in on Avidus. And now we have a third Pathfinder to help us out. Including Ryder, I mean. We've gone from 1 Pathfinder to 3. And it's again another situation of, well, he may not have been the original, but you can see that there is potential in him to be even better. What's odd is that they don't show the Turian arc here, even though we just, I guess because it's not in a condition to be moved, all they could really do is move the sand node and even transfer some of the stasis pods on there. And because the arc was so damaged, they can't really move it without it basically falling apart.
I don't care what she says. We can't.
I'll bet I need to check my email to see whether or not I get something from Carrie's producer.
A violent illness related to Cherry...
I really hope when that quest is done, it goes away off the screen. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with that for the rest of the game.
Passengers are still in quarantine. This is HNS.
But also, other people are going to have something to say about the fact that we just helped save the Turian arc.
All personnel be advised, Turian colonists are incoming.
Pathfinder.
There he is.
So it's official? You're part of our little club?
I know I was reluctant, but it was the right call. Thanks for the push.
I know you make Mason proud.
I'm trying.
Pathfinder versus Spectre. How does it compare?
They're completely different beasts. As a Spectre, I worked in the shadows. Intel was on a need-to-know basis. Here, everyone's looking to me. Looking to me. It's all out in the open.
Which do you prefer?
Being a Spectre was easier, but being a Pathfinder is more rewarding.
So how are you finding the new post?
Not used to having people question my actions, but I like the challenge. More than I thought I would.
Any regrets?
My only regret is that Mason isn't here to see me play diplomat with Tan. Back in the Milky Way, I would have punched sense into that worm. Now, I use my words. I'm a changed man.
Any luck finding other survivors from Natanis?
Brought in another batch yesterday. Still too many unaccounted for, but we're getting there.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Ryder. Appreciate it.
How have you been since HO47C?
Fine, I'm fine.
If you ever want to talk about Mason, you know where to find me.
Thanks, Ryder. Really, I'm just not ready.
How's life on the Nexus treating you?
Running water and rations. It's a beautiful thing. I can tell people are still shook up from the uprising, but compared to Varl, things almost feel normal.
Good seeing you, Avitus.
Stay safe out there.
How are things going with Ark Lucinia?
The Asari seem happy just...
Unfortunate news about the Turian Ark. At least some survived. It could have been much worse. And I see we have a new Pathfinder.
Avitus just needed a little coaxing.
Surprising, considering he's a former Spectre. They had a reputation for, shall we say, extreme measures. Now that he's a Pathfinder, I'll expect him to temper his methods. Did you have some other business?
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Shut up, Tan.
Personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
Now let's go see what Kandros has to say about us finding the Turian arc.
No, that's on you. The boss wants them certified with our file.
Thanks for understanding. About the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I don't want to think about it. Need something else?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder. I got your report. Both our Pathfinder and the Natanis? What a mess.
It could have been much worse.
True. We've got survivors to find and a new Pathfinder out in the field. I'll take it. I owe you for this, Ryder. They'd still be lost without you.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Weekly injury report. Minimum
Ryder,
casualties.
I'd like a moment.
A good week.
Yes? Lieutenant Syax, right?
That's me. I'm putting together Apex strike teams to protect the people and assets you're setting up out there. We don't have a good sense of what we're up against and could benefit from your experience.
I'll have Sam upload our insights on the Ket, Remnant, and Outlaw forces we've encountered.
Thanks. You'll see. Apex will make a difference.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster.
Tracking enemy activity. Command, check and verify.
Alright. So, that is another arc taken care of. We still got to find out what happened to the Solarian arc. So, let's see. What shall we do next? I guess we can head back to Aya to go have this little talk with Liam, because I think that may lead to us getting his loyalty mission. We, of course, also have to head back to both Havarl and Vold to, do both PB and Jaw's quests. So, I think we'll be heading back to Aya for a bit, just to see, talk to Liam and see if there's anyone else there that we can talk to. Stay tuned.